Hey, Coach, final score 81-79 loss. Tough first half. With all the trouble of most of your starters were on the bench for a good chunk of the time, but still got to halftime 36-33. Then 9 lead changes, 8 ties. Panthers go 9-0 to make it 70-70, I believe it was. And then just couldn't get over the hump. 6 out of 8 free throws by Purdue Fort Wayne down the stretch. Floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, credit to Fort Wayne. They played better basketball than we did tonight. And I got to figure out in our staff, just the way we're built, we can't give up 81 points on our home floor. We scored 79, and that should be enough the way we're built. And we gave up 13 threes. And a lot of that, obviously Bello hit just a massive dagger 3, and that's what everybody will remember, and that's a heck of a play from a heck of a player. But it's the off the ball laziness that with our hands and our closeouts and the urgency that really crushed us tonight. It was their secondary players. Lewis came off the bench and hit 4 threes, and just a sense of urgency, and I didn't expect that tonight. Our offense was a little stagnant. Some of that is to do with them. When you get it on the sides, they're extremely aggressive. If you bounce it too many times, they're extremely aggressive. That's what they're really good at. So we stayed in the middle of the floor, which was good for us at times, and then at times made us a bit stagnant. But still, we scored 79. It's just got to be there's got to be more urgency on shooters, and we throughout the season done a really good job with 3-point defense, and tonight that wasn't there. So yeah, I'll be interested to watch the film. But I think we're going to be disappointed in our off the ball defense. I know they got a few layups. They're mid second half. We had some blown ball screen coverages. But for the most part, they're really difficult to guard off the bounce, and we did okay. But the 3-point defense was really, really poor for us tonight. And as a staff, we got to figure that out.
Bart, this is a second straight home game. You've talked about a lack of urgency from your guys. Is it getting to the point now where, you're going to start maybe looking at different starting combinations, like anything like that? Is everything on the table for you?
Oh, yeah, always. Yeah, I told him that in the locker room. So, we give up 81 on our home floor. I got to figure out lineups that cannot give up 81 on our home floor. So I'll figure out the guys that have their ears open and their hearts in the right place and their intensity, and those are the guys we'll roll with. There are guys sitting on our bench right now that aren't getting a lot of opportunity, that are playing really hard every day, and you can't give up 81 on your own floor.
You mentioned Bello, obviously a really good player. On that 3 that he hit, it was a tough shot clock winding down. Did you feel like you guys pressured enough there? It didn't look like there was there wasn't a hand up, I guess, is the best way to put it, in the vicinity. What did you think about the defense on that play?
Yeah, I thought we had guarded. I'd like to go back and count how many bounces we had guarded from him on that one possession. Yeah. He had bounced it a bunch of times, and I think he gave AJ a little in and out, and then the sidestep. It was a heck of a shot, so I think he got him off balance. And I'll have to go back and look at the recovery. But, they're hard to guard. Mm-hmm. They're extremely hard to guard. And that guarding them for whatever it was, 25 plus seconds, and he shoots a step back 3,
Kind of tip your cap moment a little bit maybe there too.
Yeah, that was the shot of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that won the game for them.
Yeah. You guys get to within 52-49. Eric gets that tee and then they score 5 straight. Did you feel like that there was a momentum shift there in their favor?
Absolutely, and I told them in there, just you get a technical, you're not going to play the rest of the game, and probably shouldn't have played Eric the rest of this game because he's gotten multiple technicals, and just to the point where it's just ridiculous. I don't even know what he said, but he said something and unnecessary, and we're losing at the time. So, if you're going to play championship basketball, you got to have character, and you got to not make those plays. We just got to flush it out of our system.
That's a team too that does not turn the ball over, and you know that going in. Conversely, you guys, they scored 23 off of 14 for you. That's big as well, isn't it? Because you know that it's going to be difficult to get the ball away from them.
Yeah, I mean, that was the margin going into this that we emphasized all week. And part of the reason we played right down the middle of the floor, because when you get it on the side, they're small, but they're extremely quick and handsy. And as soon as you drive or turn your back, the next defender's coming, and they're so quick to the ball. And then they convert. They're the best in the league by far at converting any live ball turnovers into baskets. So for a long time in the first half, we were really good. And then we had a stretch where we turned it over and they made a run. Stretch in the second half where we turned it over and they made a run. 14's not terrible. 11, it's 3. But, we thought going in as a staff we needed to keep that to 12. And then we didn't. We got a margin on the glass, but not the margin that we should have gotten. You gotta do well in games like this. You gotta be really good in your areas that you're good at, and you gotta minimize your damage in others. And they were a little better in their areas.
A couple of weeks ago, you drop one at home, and then you go and you get 2 impressive road victories, and you're set up to maybe possibly do that again. Do you feel like that has to happen here to continue to position yourselves and keep you in the top 2 if possible?
Well, I think that's a pretty deflated locker room right now because we want to win the league, and that now they've got a tie break on us, and we're now 3 games behind Cleveland State, or 2.5, however you count that. So I just told them in the locker room that this week, if you guys want a chance at winning the league, you got to win on the road this week. Otherwise, we'll be fighting for a top 4, which is really important. I mean, there's no sugarcoating that the league sets the tournament up for the top 4 seeds to win it. So their top seeds can go to the NCAA tournament. So we still got a lot that we can play for. This week will determine how it goes, what the rest of February is, what direction we're trying to fight for. I hope it's for a championship. It still can be. But this is 2 in a row we've lost at home. And when you drop home games in league, it makes it very difficult to win it.